Hello, welcome to Bobby's podcast. I almost said podcast. It is Popcast with a P. Wanted to let you know that today's Popcast is sponsored by no one. So if you'd like to, feel free to hit me up. So the nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class of 2025 were announced yesterday. They include Bad Company, The Black Crowes, Mariah Carey, which I'm surprised she's not even in there right now, Outkast, Billy Idol, Oasis, Cyndi Lauper, yet again, another shocker for me, and Chubby Checker. Man, what a great song that was. Come on, baby, let's do the twist. I should finish it. Come on, baby, let's do the twist. Speaking of Mariah Carey, video of her surface walking across the stage because she's doing that Las Vegas residency. She was walking very, very slowly, so a lot of people were wondering if she's okay, and somebody said that she moves like a person who's 105. I will say this, Mariah Carey is very active on TikTok. At Mariah Carey, I love you so much. You're an icon and a legend. You're the mother I never had. But with that being said, Mariah Carey is very much like tied into her gowns and she's corseted, so she's kind of wearing uncomfortable garments, so I would cut her a little slack in that department. This story almost made me cry, and I don't mean to make you cry, but Naya Rivera, I don't know if you know who she is. She is from Glee. She was one of the most beautiful personalities on that show, had a great voice, just a beautiful, beautiful lady. She drowned a few years back when she was getting her son back into a boat in 2020. They were out in this lake in California, which is known for a lot of high-profile drownings. Anyway, the last thing she said to him before she went under was his name. He was all of 4 years old, and he said that he was trying to get his mom a rope, but there was a spider on top of the rope, and he couldn't grab it because he was too afraid. Oh my gosh, I'm going to start crying. And I don't know why his dad is telling us this story right now, because sometimes we don't need to know everything. But to make it a happy story, he's all of 9 years old now, and he's living with his father, and his dad says he's, quote, a happy kid. Millie Bobby Brown. Okay, you know her from Stranger Things. I look at her as 11. She's still a child to me, but she is all of a married woman now. She's grown up. She lives on a farm, get this, in rural Georgia. My old stomping grounds. I'm from Atlanta, just outside of it. Shout out to Stockbridge. But she's married to Jake Bon Jovi, who is John Bon Jovi's son. This story is just wild. She says, quote, I'm not doing the living on a farm for the aesthetic. She says, if you're not picking up horse crap or washing a cow with your bare hands, then this life is not made for you. And I call BS. I'm sorry, Millie Bobby Brown is from England. She was a child star. What does she know about living on a farm? I doubt she's picking up horse crap, washing a cow, or, doing anything with her bare hands. She's Millie Bobby Brown. She was just on the cover of like Teen Vogue last week. And I saved the best story for last. If anybody knows me personally, in my real life, I've always wanted to be a werewolf ever since I was a kid. Fun fact, when I was a little boy saying my prayers at night, I used to ask God to make me a werewolf. Not for like some weird demonic reason, because why would you pray to God for that? But I just really wanted to be a werewolf because I knew they had supernatural powers. Yes, they turn into like a raging beast when the full moon's out, but during the daytime when they weren't a werewolf, they had heightened senses. They could see better, they could smell better, they could hear better, and they were good looking. Speaking of good-looking werewolves, Taylor Lautner, were you Team Jacob or Team Edward from Twilight? My sister and I tend to be Team Jacob because we liked werewolves. A lot of people are Team Edward. But Taylor Lautner, this just in, played a werewolf in Twilight, we all know that. But now he's playing a werewolf hunter in this new project called Taylor Lautner Werewolf Hunter. It's actually a fictionalized version of himself, which he'll star in. So he's going back to his werewolf roots. And I do hope that they make the werewolf version of him in this one a little bit better, because I think the Twilight werewolves were really legitimately just giant wolf dogs that were like the size of horses. And that's cool and all, but I want for my werewolf like to be buff, awesome, strong, have the full snout, the snarling teeth. You know what? Hold on a second. When I tell you I want a werewolf, this is what I want. Check that bad boy out. Isn't he awesome? Oh, look at that. The fangs, the snout, the eyes. And check this part out. Ooh, yeah, his eyes turn red. This is the best thing in my life. Just for full effect, I'm going to do it off with the ring light because I want you to see how like deep red his eyes get. Bam, baby. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, I sleep with this in my room, so I don't know what's wrong with me. That sadly rounds out another episode of Bobby's Popcast with my werewolf, which will go back in my bedroom. Yes, I sleep with that at night. That's a real story. Thank you so much for watching, listening, wherever you get your podcasts. Apple, Amazon, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Thank you for watching. If you watch on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, I really appreciate it. And as always, be kind to yourself and think good thoughts, because you have the opportunity to make a better day for yourself.